What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Smell Good, Feel Good. I'm Cody, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over my fragrance journey, how it all started and led up to this point. Alright guys, so, I was the typical kid growing up where when I was in middle school and high school, I would just wear Axe deodorant. My mom, she tried to get me into wearing legitimate colognes, but for whatever reason, it never stuck. It might have just been the fragrances that she was getting for me and I didn't like them. But, fast forward a little bit and I was in the Army. And while in the military, I had to be clean shaven and, shaving very often. Now, shaving it sucked because I have really coarse hair, but really kind of like baby-like skin. So I was, using cartridge razors and electric razors. It was really tearing up my skin and giving me razor burn, and I freaking hated it. So I was doing some Googling, and I came across an article called How to Shave Like Your Grandpa by The Art of Manliness, and it was about traditional wet shaving. This right here is a traditional, I believe this is a Gillette Aristocrat razor that I kind of cleaned up and everything. I bought it at an antique store, cleaned it up, and this is one of them that I use. I probably have a dozen vintage razors, but I also shave with straight razors. Anyways, traditional wet shaving ended up being much better for me. It worked really good for my skin. Now, how this relates to my fragrance journey is I really liked the aftershave colognes that I had gotten. About the time while I was, partway through my military career, I was in a really dark place in my head, and I was having a really hard time with things. I guess I've been told that I have PTSD, but it's not from the military. I had a not so great childhood, and it all kind of came creeping up on me, and it all kind of caught up with me, and I was having a lot of issues with anxiety, super depressed, really, really dark place. Don't want to get into too much details, but I was having a really hard time. But fragrances helped me. It helped me kind of escape a little bit. Just that you smell something that smells really good, and it kind of gets you out of that dark headspace, and it puts you somewhere else momentarily. And, the idea behind this video was kind of inspired by my friend John Harper from Musings of a Fraghead, who talked about, he's a military veteran as well, and he talked about veterans using fragrances as a form of therapy for PTSD and whatnot, and anxiety and all sorts of things. And that's what it is for me. So I got really into the aftershaves, one of them being probably the first one that I really fell in love with was Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Speakeasy. This is my second bottle. I really, really liked it, and I was just like, this stuff, it performs pretty well, lasts like 4 to 6 hours on my skin, which is, that's why it's an aftershave cologne and not just an aftershave splash. But I wanted to start diving even deeper into fragrances, because I would be looking at aftershaves and people would be like, oh, well, this smells like Creed Aventus. Didn't know what that was. This one smells like Dracar Noir. Didn't know what that was either. And so down the rabbit hole I went. Now, being that I was kind of using fragrances as a coping/therapy mechanism, you got to be very careful, because it can lead to basically becoming addicted to fragrances and buying fragrances. Luckily I never got to the point where I was spending more money than what I have. but it's possible that I could have gotten to that point. I think, a lot of people fall trapped to that. They become addicted to buying fragrances and smelling something new. And, I can totally understand why that would happen to somebody. But especially whenever you're using it to try to kind of mask or cope with, emotional issues, I could see how somebody could really fall into that pit. So I will say a word of advice to anybody who is experiencing something similar to me and using fragrances to try to help them get like an escape. Like, I like to watch movies all the time, and I like to do it because it just gets it directs my thoughts. It directs my thinking. I think about what's happening in the movie and stuff like that. Whenever I'm sitting alone and by myself and in the quiet, that's when the bad thoughts start creeping up. So I got to keep myself occupied and keep my brain moving, and fragrances are the number one way for me. I just, throughout the day, you just catch a whiff of whatever you're wearing, and it's just a momentary, it's just a moment of peace and tranquility and groundedness for me. But anyways, all I'm saying is, don't spend more money than what you have on getting your fragrances. Now I'm a lot more picky with what I buy. Before, I would just buy it just so I could have it in my collection. Cheap, whatever, just buy any kind of cheap fragrance that I could find. But I don't do that anymore. I try to sample everything before I buy it, and I'm very picky. I try to be really honest with myself. Am I getting this because I just want to have it in my collection? Or am I getting this because I actually like it and I want to wear it? But anyways, so trying to figure out all the different kind of fragrances that are out there. There's so many. So I started watching reviews on YouTube of different reviewers. I was watching people like Drakdoc, really wish he was back. In the very beginning, Jeremy Fragrance, but not really anymore. Ashton from Gent Sense, he was one of the ones I was watching. Simply Put Sense, he was one of my favorites, and he's been real quiet lately, but apparently it's because he's actually been working on a book, like a big giant like fragrance book or something like that. He said something on Facebook about that, so hopefully he'll be back soon once that's finished. I can't wait for it to be finished because I'm gonna get that book. But yeah, I watched a lot of those guys, and I really liked the community that they had built up within their channels, and being able to discuss things with people in the comment section. So where I live, nobody gives a damn about fragrances. I don't know anybody personally, besides, the friends that I've made in the fragrance community online. I don't know anybody personally who actually likes fragrances. I don't have anybody to talk to about it, except for people online. But, I kind of like sharing my hobbies with people. This channel originally was a wet shaving channel. I had quite a few videos reviewing razors, different blades, aftershaves, different soaps. I've since deleted all those videos, but originally this channel was about aftershaves, because that was what I was super passionate about. Or wet shaving, that's what I was super passionate about. And now, I still love wet shaving. I still do wet shaving. It's the only way I'll shave. And now, though, my passion is fragrances. And so, I used to be a competitive Olympic weightlifter, and I have another channel. It's an old channel. I don't think I've put anything on there for a few years, but I used to film me and my training partners' training sessions, and I would upload it onto YouTube just for other people to check out. But anyway, so I like to share my hobbies with people and get connected with people through that. So I decided, you know what, I wanted to be one of these YouTube reviewers. And about a year ago, I started my channel. Oh, my dogs are in here. Zephyr, come on. Get up here. What's up? But anyways, I just wanted to start this channel so that I could share my passion of fragrances with people, talk about what fragrances I like, sometimes talk about fragrances I dislike. I like to have conversations with you all and hear your opinions on what I'm talking about in the comments section. I also made, this channel, including the old videos for wet shaving, also for friends and family, so that, maybe they could start getting interested in fragrances. They could watch my reviews, see how much I enjoy them, see how much other people enjoy them, and, hopefully coax them into trying to smell better. Not saying they smell like shit or anything like that, but just smell better, Don't just wear the regular, don't, for the older, my uncles and stuff like that, don't just wear Stetson. But anyways, guys, just trying not to make this video super long, not getting into like crazy detail about stuff, but that's my fragrance journey, and that's where it's at now. I know it's been about almost a month, if not a month, since I have had my last video. I just kind of decided that I'm not gonna try to play the game of trying to upload as many videos as I can, as fast as I can, because it makes it not fun anymore. It kind of takes the passion out of it and makes it feel like it's a chore. So I'm just gonna make videos whenever I feel like making a video. If I feel inspired by a fragrance that I smell or by a topic, I'll make a video. If there's something that you all want to see, something that you want to hear me review, or my opinions on something, on a topic or whatever, ask me. Just drop it down in the comments section, and if it seems like something that is interesting or whatever, or something that a lot of people want to hear about, I'd love to make a video on that. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully it made sense. Hopefully it wasn't too all over the place timeline wise. But yeah, if you like the video or you want to talk about your fragrance journey, how you got started, go ahead and tell us down below. Let's start a conversation. I want to hear how you guys all started your fragrance journey. Any of you guys or girls that use fragrances as a type of meditation or therapy or whatever, let me know. I want to know. Others want to know. There might be some people out there that are suffering from issues, depression, anxiety, PTSD, that maybe they'll find, fragrances to be what helps them, okay? So, yeah, just let me know down below. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. But please tell me why you disliked it, because I'd like to know. And if there's any topics or anything, like I said before, that you want to hear from me, please give me an idea down below, and I'd be happy to follow up with it. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.